someone came up to me and was like, oh, where are you from? And I said, my mom is Mexican and my dad's Afghan. And they're like, oh, do you know how to make bombs?
And, I was on the bus and I went to go sit next to a white woman, and she told me, my dad said I can't be too close to
my neighbor, I'll never forget, we were going to play Spice Girls and I was insistent that I was gonna be Ginger. And she was like, no, look at you. You can only be scary and nobody likes her anyways.
Restaurant or somewhere in a public place, and you would just notice that a couple of the older people would be acting a bit funny, giving you a certain look.
It was a group of students who were also my classmates who were making fun of how my hair grew.
We have a senior seminar and one of the white guys just called me Asian girl.
People will treat people differently based on the color of their skin, whether they're light skin, dark skin, or white.
The topic that we were discussing in our class was immigration, and so he just randomly says, well, my opinion on this is that we should do it like in the old times and shoot them.
Put on some rap music and told me that, hope you like this music.
Typical cowboy Confederate hat type dudes, and they dropped their usual line of whatever. And
we were discussing topics that we wanted to do, and I said, oh, let's do something about racism. And someone mentioned, oh, I don't think that exists.
What's a recurring thing is the constant insinuation that I'm a student athlete here. Like, I can't be here for engineering. I can't be here, for an academic scholarship. I have to be here dribbling the ball or running the field.
I know there's some Twitter accounts called like Purdue Asians, and they have very racial tweets.
One time, freshman year, I was walking down the street and then somebody drove by and then they rolled down their window and they said, what's up?
And the phone rang, so I picked it up and I said, thank you for calling me. This is Sandra, how can I help? And the lady goes, oh, thank God, I was just talking to some Mexican lady and I couldn't understand her.
Minorities are systematically taught to take it just as much as non-minorities are taught to give it.
People think, oh, it's 2015, we have a black president. Racism doesn't exist anymore. No, that's not the case.
well, because especially if you focus on a certain community, you see, a narrative being played out, right? So the best example is the Muslim community. There's almost never anything positive that's on there.